So today is the second anniversary of this world. I've been playing on this world for a bit too long now. And I thought I should give a little tour, because why not? So, I guess we better start with where it all began, really. This is spawn, believe it or not. That's where I spawned right there. That's the world spawn point. And this is my little base. Got a bunch of stuff for it that I need, house, bees, farms and stuff. Let's have a little look around. They've got like a little portal farm. That doesn't make any sense. Got these. These are cursed portal blocks. And you used to be able to get them. I don't know if you can get them now or not, but you used to be able to. And this was a little farm that allowed you to do it. I think it all is, oh yeah, there used to be a bunch of flint and steels in there that would allow it to work. Not in there anymore. So I don't think it works. You've got a little cobblestone farm because I have silk touch on my pickaxes. So I have a cobblestone farm. I think it might be a bit broken. I think I made the great decision of using stone brick, which, you can insta-mine, and I think I broke it on accident. It's just a bunch of cactus. I think I needed cactus at one point. You can just ignore that. Same with the cocoa beans. It's just a bunch of cocoa beans. This little area where I can just get mushrooms and stuff. You just bone meal the middle one and just get a bunch of mushrooms. That's really it. Not that simple, but it's pretty simple, sorry. Same with the sugar cane and the cow and carrot farm. Here's something a bit more interesting. We've got the sheep farm. This was a wool farm that I used to get tons of beds. Things like netherite mining. And you can see it's very effective. It's not working anymore because the shears have all broken. And they've now been out of service for a while. Here's the sugarcane farm. This is purely, basically what it does, it just bone meals the sugarcane and then pushes them out and keeps doing that over and over until you have shulker boxes. You have double chests of sugarcane. A lot of it. I have a lot of bone meal as well. This turns into a lot of bone meal. Like, a lot of bone meal. Would it be safe not to turn it into white dye though? Used to have a lot more, but I've used quite a bit. Here's a wheat farm and a flour farm. I never really use it. And a little snow farm. You can use it to just get a bunch of snow really quickly. Don't really never need snow. Here's a little area for getting sea pickles. You just put sea pickle in the middle, bone meal it, and it'll spread along, and you can just get tons of it. A bit interesting. Here's the bee farm. It's filled with bees. I needed honeycomb, I think I did. Oh no, I needed the wax. So you can, for things like candles. So I just made this to get tons. And I think I made so many bees that there's no extra room for the bees. Like all of the whole houses are full. Well, it used to be a skeleton horse rider with gold armor, but then he got off, and I don't know how he did that. So yeah. Here's another cursed item farm. You used to be able to get these. Can't place them down, for some reason, but it's really cool. And you used to be able to put a torch there, and then cover it in water, and then come in here with a pickaxe and mine it, and it would work. And you get one of these. It also leave a ghost water block, I think. Oh nope. Okay, it doesn't. I think this one might have been fixed. I'm not entirely sure though. Here's probably the thing that is the coolest thing in this world. Well, not in the world, sorry, in the base. This is a copper farm that I made. Basically, it's just a zombie farm. It's a zombie spawner farm that turns them into drowned through drowning them, obviously, and then you just kill them. It's not very good. In fact, it's terrible, and it's so terrible that I've been bothered to remove the temporary trident killer. Yeah. That's all it's in this little hole. Up we go. Rather deep down because this is the closest zombie spawner, I think, to my world. And here is the iron farm that has been broken ever since I fixed it. It's been broken for a while now, but I hope it fixes one day. It used to get me tons of iron and stuff, but now it doesn't. Yeah, I got a bunch of pets and stuff. I don't think I have to really explain those. Oh, I do have thousands of cats because I made a creeper farm once, and then it didn't work. So now I've got tons of cats. Yeah, speaking of creeper farms, we have a couple up here. Yep. These are some temporary ones I made. Well, they're not temporary. They're going to stay. And these were made because I needed some gunpowder, and I think they still work. This one is purely a creeper farm, and only creepers can spawn in there and they get killed. This one is a general mob farm, meaning that basically anything can spawn in there, but it just fills out all the other stuff. However, I do think that no mobs can spawn in these because of the amount of bees that are down there. Seriously, I remember AFKing here for a while after making the bee farm, and it didn't work. So I had to make a whole creeper farm somewhere else. Before we go into the base, though, I will show you this area, which is the cursed items area. This is an area just filled with cursed items that you could do through bugs and glitches through the game's history. And I don't mean throughout the entire Bedrock edition. This world's only been around since 1.16, and I've only been doing a couple bugs since probably 1.17. I'm missing quite a few. But yeah, there's quite a few here that look cool. One of the coolest ones are naturally obtained bedrock. Yep, this world does not have achievements disabled, meaning I've never been in creative, cheats have never been turned on. And I have bedrock. I'll show you how I did that later on when we got to the end, but it was cool. You got some weird buttons and stuff, chest items, bunch of weird mob heads that don't really work properly. Even a Steve head, which you can't even get in survival. It's not really a proper one, you can't wear them. But you can hold it though. And it looks pretty cool. Here we've got a bunch of cursed signs. These are the normal ones in comparison, just in case you couldn't tell. These ones have weird names. I think these are the ones when you place it on a wall, and these are just normal signs, but just have weird things. I'll show you how I got these later on. If you place these ones down, it places them like this. I have no idea why. It's sugarcane with no water near it. Some, what are these called? Grindstones? Put on things they shouldn't be on. Like some that are floating on water. Yeah. Oh, and floating like glowing. I think I'm missing one. I think there was one, a portal with paintings on the inside. But I think that got eaten when the world corrupted, and I had to rebuild one or two things. Don't know why that's there. That's been around since, God, forever, and I don't know why it's here, but I feel like it's something important, so I don't want to get rid of it. Right, onto the base, actually, the actually interesting thing. Here we are. This has been what I've called home for the past good while. I guess we'll start with the main chests. They're all labelled, and they're all a bit of a mess. I don't really use them that much. But the one that I think is most interesting is the cursed items chest. Got a lot more in here. Things like flattened buttons and respawn anchors that are filled, a flipped stonecutter, bedrock, and a literal shulker box of bedrock as well. Yep, the way that I got bedrock, you could literally farm it. You could AFK there for a while and just get an infinite amount of bedrock. There's also things like farms for totems of undying, farms for gunpowder. Anything else is farmable? I don't think anything else in here is farmable. I think that's everywhere else, but yeah. Not much on those chests. Oh no, they're a bit. Oh, something interesting is the amount of wealth I have. This was all done through the Big Dig project. I think these are just random stuff. These are all done through just natural mining. Aside from maybe a bit of the iron, some of that was probably that's one that was definitely done through like this iron farm, but not that much. It's been broken for a really long time. And I also have 2 dragon eggs. This was done because back in the day there was a glitch. I don't think this might actually still be in the game really, where if you kill the Ender Dragon the first time, you get the dragon egg obviously, and then once you can respawn as well. God, that was terrible. If you kill him the first time, you get the dragon egg. But if you go on the overworld, log out the world, come back in the world, go at the end, and then respawn him, for some reason he'll drop another dragon egg. But you can only get 2. It doesn't do it after that. It's really strange. Yeah. Anyway, some stuff over here. Got loads of Prismarine stuff from the Gardening Farm. I think I don't have that much Prismarine anymore. Yeah, I used a lot of it for a lot of recent projects. Here's an old boy. He's drowned with armor. I don't know if I don't even know if this is a glitch because drowns don't spawn with armor, and when a zombie with armor drowns, it turns out drowned. It usually drops its armor, which would say this is a glitch. The thing is, I've seen people who think this is like not a glitch and this is like not part of the game. So I'm rather confused. Also, I didn't. What was I going to say? I don't know. I think I found him naturally as well. He just kind of came out of nowhere, and I put him in this little box. I think I found a couple more since then. Cool stuff around the base. This is a book that I can't use. I can do some things like chest plates, but if I try to put this on boots, it doesn't work because it's too expensive or whatever. Oh, got some interesting thing about my clothes. Yep. This one has weird text. These two aren't slanted, and this one is slanted. See, when you rename things, it like slants the text and stuff. These aren't. I think this is done through a little special symbol. I don't remember how you do, so I'd have to like rewatch the video. Here's a bunch of things. This was a declaration of war against the LAs because I hate them. I will kill every single one I see. This is the first tome I ever got in the world, first ever injured prey I ever got in the world, first lighter I ever got in the world, and the last bit of cooked beef from the last piece of cooked beef. Because I used to breed all the cows, kill them all, and then turning it into cooked beef. Then after mining about a good bit of the nether, I just have tons of cooked pork chops now. My info is a bit of a mess, yeah? Crazy. Also, yes, I do have 10 enchanted golden apples. I've done a lot of exploring in this world. Alright, I think that's everything in the main house, really. There's not much. Oh, I still own my first set of iron armor and my first set of diamond armor as well. A bunch of tools from there as well. I think that's my shield as well. Dog and a cat. Normal stuff. That's about it, really. I have a lot of brewing stands as well, from when I made a super speed horse, which you'll see in a second. Guess I could show off my ender chest as well. Got a bunch of valuables, tools, iron, emeralds, gold, coal, redstone, obsidian. Got some paper and gunpowder for sugarcane. Rockets, sorry. Got some elytras. Got some cooked pork chops for food. Tons of them dying, just spare ones in case I need them. Some wood, some leaves, and then just some random stuff. Just miscellaneous stuff. And here's the basement. Not much is down here. It's a bunch of storage for random stuff. All the food. Yeah, I have a lot of food. I got some furnaces, which I probably won't be using much after. I have a full-on super smelter now. Here's the pickaxe I use to break bedrock and obtain it. Yep. I don't know what that is. I can't use moving. Here's the map of the full area. Some of it's cut off, as you can see, but it's a good enough map. Every shulker box I have spare. Don't actually have that many, really. And now, oh, here's just a cat. I don't remember why he's down here. Alright. Now we're in the nether, and I'll show you some of the actual builds I've done in this world. Because there's a lot more than just the base at this point. Before I do that, I'll show you Lightning Chicken Wings, who is a horse that has been around for a bit. And he's decently fast. Yeah, this was done through a glitch where if you breed two horses together that both have speed 2, their baby will also have speed 2, just permanently. However, it isn't like a status effect permanently, it's just like, it's like speed stat is permanently increased. And you can just keep doing this over and over until your horse goes like 100 blocks a second. He's so fast indeed that the first Lightning Chicken Wings phased through a wall and burned to death. Yeah, he phased through one of the walls, and as you can see, this place is surrounded in netherrack. And what happened was, he obviously burned to death. He fell in lava. I got back to the tunnels, and I couldn't heal him before he died. And I'm gonna fix this wall real quick. Oh god, do I have any? Okay, well, there we go. Fix the wall. I know it will annoy me if I don't. Well, I'll take you to the first build I ever did on the world. I don't think I ever finished it. I'll show you it nonetheless, because it's still rather cool. Who the fuck is that? Jesus Christ! Okay, well, we're out. Well, off to a strong start. Oh, Christ. Well, that gave me a good scare. Oh, fuck. Right, well, here we are at the Wither Skeleton Farm. This is a giant area that I dug out, as you can tell. See if I can turn up my render distance a bit. Okay, that didn't help. Cool. But usually it's a giant area I dug out, and I dug this out for a Wither Skeleton Farm. This is where a fortress used to be, as you can tell from that. And what it does is it just kind of takes a spawn point of in Bedrock spawning works differently. There's fortresses. You have specific spots they can spawn in, and you can find those pretty easily. And then I've used that to make them just fall into a killing chamber and then die. And then you can filter out the items you want, don't want, stuff like that in these chests. And you just stand here and just get infinite with the skeleton skulls and blazes and the odd other thing as well, like bones. But the original idea for why I wanted to dig this entire place out was to turn it into a giant ice cavern. But I abandoned the idea after realizing that the nether fog kind of makes the walls look horrible, and I just abandoned it. I do plan to come back to this place and maybe turn it into something a bit better, but not yet. I'll come back to it. There's a lot of ice stuff in here. Oh, yep. Because I was going to core in another layer of ice as well, but I never got around to it because I abandoned the project before I did. And it's going to cover all 4 walls, and then I was going to, smooth it out and make it look like an actual cave and such. Also, yes, I did dig out this entire area all the way down to bedrock. Either way, it still looks really cool. There's also a couple poles around here. I think one just leads to a random, what they call ocean monument. The other one leads to a drowned farm, which I don't use and I don't think it works anymore. So I might show them off later, but I want to focus on the build right now. Anyway, now to focus on this second build that I ever did. And I'll actually take the horse there because it takes a while to go around these tunnels. That's why I have the horse. It makes it go way faster. Yeah. He goes about the speed of an elytra, but I don't have to use rockets or elytra durability, obviously. Right, so this is probably the build, if you know anything about this world, you probably know about. Oh god. Welcome to Bedrock Edition. Oh, here we are. Yep, this is probably the build you know of if you know anything about this world. It's the hole. This was a hole that I dug for around 6 months. Oh Jesus, sorry. I keep pressing the wrong button, I don't know why. But yeah, I dug it all the way down to Bedrock, 1.18. To make a really good creeper farm, and I was going to decorate it, but I kind of gave up after a bit of a lack of motivation, really. As you can see, that is very unfinished and untouched. Those trees aren't done at all, and this is a bit shit. But yeah, you can see the hole from this map, and it looks really cool. You're thinking, hey, what's that little grey squares? Well, it's a creeper farm. Yeah, the reason I made this was to make a really good creeper farm, and I did. And here it is. I think this works, and I might be able to turn it on. Come on. It's quite fast, and that's how I got like the 3 shulker boxes of gunpowder earlier. I don't know why you can't see anything spawning, but it might just be a bit buggy. Oh, I haven't even turned the triangles on. Oh, yeah, I feel like the triangles don't work right now. Yeah, I think they've fallen through the floor. Yeah, this is a common issue on Bedrock Edition where triangles will fall through the floor, and your triangles don't work anymore after that. It's rather annoying. But you have to just take my word on the fact that this is a pretty good farm. Yeah. There's not much really here. Even though it's a build that took me ages to dig out, there's really very little actually inside of it. There's a couple really nice views, for example, here. This is a really nice view, I think. There's not much to show off, because I kind of stopped before I could build anything. And the stuff that I did build doesn't look very good, because I didn't finish it properly. There's like 1 or 2 interesting things, though. There's, for example, a floating torch right here. Yep. This is naturally generated just because Bedrock's a buggy game. I don't want to put my bed. There's also a skeleton farm right here. Sorry, not farm, spawner right here. That's really it. I wish I could show you a bit more, but there's not much more to show off. There's this nice little seat though where you can look at it all. But there's not much to look at because it isn't done yet. But yeah. Back we go, I guess. Oh yeah, fun fact about this place. I had to saw it. God damn it! I had to saw a village in half. There's also a little naturally generated one of these little pyramids on the very edge of the hall. So I made this little thing. I was getting bored digging it. Yeah. I also did. Yep. You can also see all the nautilus shells and stuff I did. You can also see the absolute horrible fog when you're in the water. Jesus. Yeah, Bedrock has a couple of bugs when it comes to water right now. I think I'm being shot. Right. You say I kept the lava there as well. Yeah. Right, I guess we'll go to the next build. The fact that there's not much in these in these builds, it's going to be a running thing considering how long it takes me to get to this point. You're going to be a bit more to show off, but not really. They look quite nice. What is built does look quite nice, but it's just that there's not that much built to show off. Right, we'll go to the next build that I didn't finish. I think I went past it. There we go, here it is. You can see why I need the very fast horse now. Because I go up and down these tunnels almost every day at this point. And it saves a lot of time and resources. And here we are. This is the island. This is... it's a big build, I'd say. But yet again, I kind of didn't really know what I was going to do with it. I kind of just moved on. Anything else? I'll show you, I'll have a little show around. Here's a little portal, the entrance. I think it looks quite nice. Yeah. There's no vines going around the little torch towers and this staircase, which I'm really proud of the detail, really. Oh, we'll go around this. You can tell that I do not like doing the trees, because I do the stumps, because they're way easier, and then I leave the leaves for later. Yeah. I think this area looks quite nice. Oh, and I think that the mushrooms and the bushes and rocks just look quite nice. And I'm quite proud of what I did build. Even a little mushroom area as well, which I think looks rather nice. And it's pretty much how I thought of it in my head. So I quite like that. But there's not much else that's built except for this ocean monument, which was obviously raised above sea level manually by just building a new one. And I decorated it on the outside. The inside's pretty bland, there's not much inside. I moved a lot of the stuff after stopping the project, and then it's a little bit empty. I do plan to maybe redecorate this ocean monument because I feel like it doesn't look very good. I was quite proud of it when I made it, but now I'm starting to become a bit more I don't like it as much. It looks a bit cluttered. And this mountain from the back, I feel like it looks very nice. It's a very good mountain. This is all hand built, so I think it looks rather nice. However, I could never get the front right. I could never think of a good way to make it look decent. And so I had this is like the fifth rebuild of the face, and eventually I just gave up and did some other things, and then I swear I'd come back to it. And probably one of the last things I do, because I still don't really know exactly what I want for the mountain face. But yeah, that's this place. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice in parts, but I still don't really know what I want to do with this area. So it might be left unfinished for a lot longer. Yeah. Here's what pond I did. You can see that I didn't even finish this. As you can see, the part where there's a lot more coral over there, but there's a lot less coral. No, so there's a lot more kelp over there, but a lot less kelp over here. And I couldn't really decide what I wanted, because I don't think I really like either. So, yeah. This is probably one I think it looks quite nice, but I'm not that proud of it. And frankly, if I ever come back to it, it'd probably be something I completely tear down and then rebuild from the ground up. Aside from maybe the mountain, I'm not doing that again. The thing I almost forgot to show was the underground bit. So you can see where the old terrain was, and what I drained, and what I dug out and stuff. And we have another ocean monument that I hand built. The real one that was here was about like in between the two, really. At sea level. And I feel like this one looks pretty decent for what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it look rusted and old, and the effect can probably be shown through like this. And you can see there's little bits that are weathered and stuff. But you know, I had to wait for all the copper to turn into this now copper, so I could wax it and stuff. So some of it is just all this. Some of it hasn't fully waxed yet. So it hasn't fully oxidized yet. Yeah. There's also a one of these, what are these called? The clusters that spawned right below it and intersected with this when I was building it. And I left it there because I think it looks quite cool. And I might turn it into something or other. I'm not entirely sure yet. You can see that this is not being touched, like, at all. This is this area I planned to turn into the ice cave. Because I'm not a fan of wasting project ideas. I don't like, flushing down the drain pretty much. And I wanted to repurpose it for here, because why not? It's a way to use it, I don't really know what else to do down here. Yeah, that's really it. There's not much to show off. I guess we'll move on to the next thing, because don't have much else to show. Fortunately, the next thing it shows on the opposite side of the world, so... Oh yeah, you can see what I mean by the horse phasing through the wall. Every so often he'll clip into the wall a bit and take a bit of damage, but... Yeah. Quite rare that he, flies through the wall. Usually happens when I dismount off him, and then he goes through, which is why I'm quite careful when I put this little pen. Here's the thing I worked on the most recently and abandoned, because same issue of I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I think what I did do looks a lot better than the rest of the stuff. Oh god. Oh well, okay. Thanks, game. This is not the first time that's happened as well. Strange. Yeah, ignore the sugar box monster. And oh god, one of the ants ungenerated. Oh well. This is the cursed ocean monument that I found. As you can see, this ocean monument, for some reason, has 2 backs. It didn't generate properly. It's quite odd. So I thought I'd drain it and decorate it. And I think what I've decorated looks quite nice. You see a lot of areas are completely empty, but some areas have this decoration which I think looks quite nice. And this pathway leading to this ruined sea that needs a bit more done to it before it's done, but it looks quite nice. And you add things like vines and stuff. And a little pond there. Yeah. And you see that this is a kind of copy of the archway over there, but a lot more ruined. And then this big little archway here. That's all it's really built, aside from inside there. Aside from this thing. This is another ruins. That's here. And I think this one looks quite nice as well. But also needs lots of vines and stuff added to it to make it truly look like a ruins. But there's something else here that I think I could give a tour of. The Ocean Monument. You can see the entrance isn't fully done. I just kind of left it for now. But here it is. I think it looks quite nice in here. This is definitely not done. Got little staircases up here. Yeah, that's about as far as I got. The inside. But you can see in the floor there's a cool little thing. A bunch of rails and stuff. It's a super smelter. This is a thing that can like smelt a shulker bot in like a couple of minutes. It has, I think, 2.5 stacks of furnaces in it, and it's quite good. I would show it off, but I don't just have a shulker box to sand on hand. But yeah, and I don't just have one. I have two, in case I want to make a lot more glass. I think, why do I need so much glass? Well, I need a lot of glass for projects. This build required like around 3 shulker boxes, I want to say, of glass. And cooking that much glass with the little smelters I had back at base is quite slow. I think it took me, last time I needed a lot of glass, I think it took me like 2 and a bit days to cook it all. Where with this, I can cook it in like half an hour max, which is a decent upgrade really. But yeah. But now onto the thing you probably saw at the very beginning, the islands. I think I'll show them off one by one. Here's the first one I think I made. Looks rather nice, got a little foliage, and it looks quite pretty in certain spots as well. Yeah, there we go. That looks quite nice. And you can see we used the bedrock that I obtained on here. And techniques like using candles and little bits of glass to look like little like flowers or reeds and bushes and stuff. I think it looks quite nice. I'm quite proud of it. Ooh, okay, let's go this way. This little ring is built because I want to add little tiny islands in between. And I didn't really get around to it. This is probably one I'll finish it, like after the haul. I'll explain some things in a second. Is the next other one? Looks rather nice. I quite like this pond. There's currently a glitch where grass can just grow underwater. So it kind of ruins it a bit, but I think it still looks rather nice. Especially with this tree above. The rain's ruining it right now, but is the one with the tower. I think this one looks quite nice as well. Got a similar looking pond with a little staircase at the top. So you can just walk all the way up. There's really not much room in here to like build anything special, but yeah. Very nice. It is the biggest one out of all the islands. The one with a giant pond on it. I missed it. Alright. There we go. See that more of them have this thing? These little end gateways kind of looking things. It's a nice looking pond in it. I think this one looks pretty alright. It's not my favourite, but it looks decent. But it is my personal favourite. This one. I think it just looks really nice. It's also a reference to something I've built, so that's why I like it so much. Here's another one. It's got a little ruined house with a tree in the middle. It's alright. Not my favourite. It still looks quite nice though, I think. And yeah, that's about it on this world. Not on the world, sorry, in this build. There's I wish there was more right now. But yet again I've abandoned. I will return to it though. I do plan to finish it. Because I want to finish the big haul build. Because I've wanted to be finishing that for like a year now. And I'm going to finish it. And then I might come back to this after I've got a few more ideas of what I want in it. And I've got a solid idea of how to do it in my head. And that was a lightning strike. For fuck's sake. Right, there we go. Right. I guess I'll show off some farms as well, because they are a lot easier to show off. Using to show you the speed of them, really. Some of them might be broken, because I haven't really built any new farms since, like, 1.16. But yeah, I guess I'll just show you them as I think of them. Oh! I completely forgot about the end portal. Yeah, well, I completely forgot about an entire build here, so I'll show you that. I guess I'll show you the end as well. This is a build I've actually finished, to a degree, but I'll explain in a second when we get there. Yep, you can see what I mean. This is another hall. I think it looks really nice, and it has the end portal on it. Is he gonna... I don't want him ending up in there and punch me off when I'm in the end. But I think it just looks really nice. In general. It's just a nice little hole with a little spiral down into the hole. And you see what I mean to a degree, because this town bit is pretty much completely undecorated. I plan in the future to add a little mountain range around this to kind of block off the desert that's around here. And God, there's a lot of guys around here, isn't there? Jesus. But yeah, I guess I'll show off the end as well. No, I don't want to rest. It's not nighttime. Apparently, it is nighttime. What the hell? That is a glitch I have not seen since I played on the Switch. That's weird. Oh, but I do have one cool little fun fact about this hole. It's that it's hand-built. Yep. I did this probably the most awkward and annoying way you could probably imagine. When I was originally digging it, I found it really hard to get the exact shape I wanted, with like the little spiral upwards. You know, I was digging it, and it was like this little spiral upwards was rather hard to carve out, so I just dug it all out and hand built it, which was surprisingly a lot easier. Because all I did was build the little spiral up, and then build the walls in, and then decorate it. Well, now we get into the end. It's not that much in the end, but I thought I'd give it a little look. Oh, what the hell are you doing here? Yep, here's the little area. For some reason, this... What the heck? Sorry? Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, for some reason... Sorry, I'm going to get over that. That was very strange. Sorry. For some reason, the obsidian platform has been raised a block. And that is a glitch that still hasn't been patched out yet. Which means that the little roof, this protection I made, it's been destroyed, and I don't come to the end enough to care to fix it. Yeah. So this is the end. It's about average, really. There's not much of interest. Well, there's a couple things I'll show off. You know what? I'll show off the less interesting thing first, because quite boring. That over there is how I got the cursed items. What you would do is you'd come down to the very bottom layer of the world, Y1. You'd put some stuff here on these blocks, things like signs or where the skeleton heads. You would then leave the end, come back, destroy it all up to a block that I marked, and then go through the end again, come back, and this would all be generated again. And the skulls that you placed and destroyed earlier would be back, but instead in a really weird form that I showed off earlier. Yeah, there's the block I marked off. Right. And then I'll show off how I got Bedrock. This is, I won't be able to use it right now, because I think it got patched out of the game a while ago, and it would require a bit more setup, because it stops you from leaving the end, so I'd have to, I had to do something different to, I'd have to put, oh Jesus Christ, sorry, I don't want to be in combat while I'm in this thing, because if I hit one of those I will die. But you can see there's a piece of end portal there, you would have to get rid of that and then put a end crystal in there, and that's how it would work. But I think I got patched out the game a while ago. But usually what it would do is you would turn the farm on, and you'd sit in here, and this thing would push you back and forth, and you would basically mine this, and then when you got to here, there would be a piece of endstone there, and you'd mine it, and as soon as you mined it, it'd be replaced by a piece of bedrock, and the bedrock would fall down into this and go into this little chest. Sometimes you get endstone because you mined a bit too quickly, but a lot of the time you'd get bedrock, and you could literally just hold down the button, you know, do something else and come back, and you'd have a chest full of bedrock. It's just, oh my god, all. This is also where I farmed a bunch of withers. I got like a couple stacks of wither skeleton skulls. Excuse me. And I would farm them under here. Which is why this is why this area looks like this. You used to be able to put like water over the edge of this. And what it would do is it would, you know, stop any of the wither skeleton skull blasts to just going out and destroying the rest of the end. Yet again, I think that might have been patched. I can't really go into the specifics of how this thing works, because I don't really know myself. But it is rather cool. I do have one other thing to show that's not that interesting, but it's pretty alright. Is that in this end portal, the first one I ever used, you used to be able to delete bedrock with signs, and I just have a single blob of this. And it looks cool. That's it. And you can just hop in. Oh, good. Yeah, it doesn't put you on the same platform, but yeah, well. But yeah. Right, now I'll actually show you some farms and stuff. Because, you know, that's really all that's left in this world. There we go. Right. Yep. There's a couple of farms I want to show off, because they are rather cool. That's how I got a lot of the resource there from this world. And I think they're really worth building. Right, I think I went past one there. What is down there? I genuinely don't remember what is in that portal. Oh god. Oh no, I do. I know what's down there. Yeah, the annoying thing about these nether tunnels is they all look the same, so you never know where you're going. Right. This is one of the first. I think this was the first farm I actually made on this world, because it is a raid farm, which gets you tons of undying, which is very handy for hardcore mode. Hello there, llama. Yep. It looks rather cool. I'll show you what's down here first before going up to the killing chamber. Basically, what's down here is pillagers will spawn in up there, and then they'll get killed, and it'll kill the ones with like banners, which gives you the bad omen effect, which allows you to start a raid. Oh yeah, I can get up here. This is where they get killed, and you can hear them in there. Yep. But turn this thing on, it'll probably give me bad omen. You can see all the banners and crossbows and arrows I've gotten from this thing that I will never use because I don't have any use for them. If you come over here, we can see that I have item sorters on the back of this, because I used it so much. I didn't need tomes, but I did need lots of emeralds. So what I did was I made it sort only emeralds, and I just stood at this thing for like a really long time, because this used to be on my Switch. I could just AFK at the farm and then play a game on the Xbox or something. So yeah, it's nothing in here now, but I can tell that I used to sell emeralds for this thing. I don't think I've turned this farm on now. I do think it doesn't work, and it might kill me considering. But basically, you get the omen effect down there constantly, and this villager that's in that little box there would allow you to start a raid if I've done omen. And every single thing in the raid would have to spawn up here, because for some reason, what was I going to say? Yes, because when you're up here, they don't have any range to spawn other than this little thing, and they'll get pushed into a little killing chamber, and they'll die. It's just pretty cool, and it's rather busted. Also, fun fact, I had bad omen, crossed over this village, and there's been a raid going on for about a year and a half now, and I have no plans to end it. Also, just a bed here. I don't know why. Now on to the next farm. There's more than one farm in this world, obviously. I just need to find it, because I don't... Ooh, alright. It gets down here. Yeah, here it is. The Guardian farm. So, for you who don't play Bedrock, a Guardian farm is basically just the best way to get levels. It's rather quick. Basically, each spot where there's a little thing, Guardians can spawn there, as you can tell. And these little pistons, kill them with tridents, and then it funnels all the XP all the way up to me. And all the items as well, which get sorted into these chests, and as you can see, it is very good at its job. And it gets you a lot of stuff. And fish, which I do not need. I'll see if it works. It might not. Oh, it still works, yes. Hold on my shovel, so then you can see how quickly it can fix it. The reason I say this might not work is because sometimes the tridents that are in there can fall down and get... Yeah, as you can see, there's a guardian in there who isn't dying. And it basically means resetting up the tridents and stuff. It takes a while. Yeah, I don't think it's working. That's unfortunate. For some reason, the tridents will fall down. I can probably show that off, stopping these guys from dying. Yeah, as you can see, the tridents fall down, stopping them from being pushed. And yeah, they don't die, and they take a while to mob cap. There's nothing interesting about what's below this. It's just a regular old Osh monument. Which is that the Guardians will spawn the highest available block, but they can go all the way down. Right, I guess I'll start off this farm as well. This was an iron farm that, when I was building, didn't work. So I just never finished it. Yeah, this thing was doomed for failure, unfortunately. Because it never worked. As you can see, what you do is you just put villagers in there very slowly, one at a time. But when I was doing this, the villagers didn't connect properly at the time. It got fixed later on, but at the time it didn't work. And when it did get patched, I didn't really need iron anymore. I never finished it. I may finish it one day, but it's a thing of... I don't need any iron anymore, considering I have quite literal shulker boxes of the stuff. So getting more doesn't make much sense. They are the main two farms that I use, because the rest of them aren't really that needed. But I will show off one, which is quite cool. Which means going back to the end. I should have done this earlier. Hopefully I'm going the right way at the end. Yep. Ooh, I definitely need to light this thing up. Ooh, okay. That's good to know. It means going this way. And there, you can see it in the distance. Okay, well, no, it's just fine. For a second, I kind of realised that if I don't have any Elijah durability, I will probably die, but I'm fine. Alright. Here is the shulker farm. It's rather loud. It produces a lot of shulker boxes. This is done because when a shulker hits another shulker, that's it duplicates it. It's weird. This is coded into the game, and you can use this to just get tons of shulker shells. It's pretty good. And Just stand here. Just get shulker shells. Let's get some more rockets out. You also see the end as well. Oh, you can also see the giant pathway I took to get some shulker boxes here. It keeps going. And going. And going. And going. Until it swerves to the left. It keeps going. And going. And going. Until it gets to the end sea. This is probably the closest one I have to the that's on the outer end of the islands. And I think these might be the only two that were alive on here. You can see where I put them. And you can see the excruciating agony I had to go through to put them in boats and then put them along. Because for some reason I didn't want to use my iron to make rails. And, do the safe route, so I put them in boats. Meaning that every shulker that I took along probably took a lot of durability off my armor. Meaning I had to go to the Guardian farm 4 times per shulker pretty much, just to get them over there. And that's not even taking into consideration the amount of pain that it took to, get... I think it's 10 more shulkers from that. I think there's 8 shulkers in total in that farm. And surprisingly getting 8 shulkers from 2 is a bigger pain than you'd think. And I don't know why it took so long. I think it was mainly due to the fact that if you put 2 in a boat, the other 2 that would be on a platform just wouldn't duplicate. It was really odd. So I had to get all 8 on the platform at once, move them here, and not have them die. Which was a bigger pain than it looks. But yeah, I think that is everything on the world so far. All the farms, all the builds. And even though I don't have much to say about the builds, these took a lot of time to do. I do actually want to finish something. I feel like the end poll. I only really did that to finish something before having 2 years in this world. But I do want to finish one of those big builds, and one of the ones I want to finish soonish is the Hole, because it's probably one of my best things in this world, really. And finishing it is something I need to get around to doing. But yeah. I don't think there's much else I can show you in this world. Wish there was, but oh well. Well, thanks for going on the tour. I might do this next year. I might not. I don't know. It depends how much things I've done in the year. I don't know if I'll do anything next year, actually. I genuinely don't know. But I'll see you in a bit. See ya.